Hi guys, so today I'm going to be doing something different. I hope you enjoy it. I'm going to be making a review. Oh, this sounds like loads of fun. But the game I'll be reviewing this week is Orphan: Science and Sorcery. So yeah, why don't we just get straight into this mess? Oh god. So we have this Orphan Scorpion? Scalpel? Something in with S of Sorcery. Released in 2000 for the PlayStation 2. The game itself was based on the manga Orphan Sorcerer's Stabber, which I read myself and I really enjoyed. A fun factor! This game was actually a launch title for the PS2 in North America. I'm very sorry, North America. Well, anyway, let's get on with the review. We begin the story by seeing our three heroes, Orphan, Magnus and Cleo, walking down unnamed anime sea town number 32.
I love this town, don't you?
Yes, Orphan, I would love this town too if I hadn't seen it a million times in every anime ever. Then our hero's perfect day in perfect town seems to be interrupted by Vulcan and Dalton. Vulcan then tricks our three generic heroes into going on a ship to Arvenrama on the premise of easy money by acting as a bodyguard for a merchant. And this is where things start to get a little strange. While on the boat that is travelling to what we believe to be Arvenrama, we are attacked by a group of monsters. Obviously. While trying to make our way off the boat, we are introduced to three new characters, Sephi, Zeus and Ma. And depending on who you talk to, determines who will join your party as you arrive on Chaos Island, which is where the boat was initially going to. Chaos Island. Clever. Now each of the three characters you can talk to have their own motivations for going to the island. Zeus is looking for his daughter, Sephi is looking to visit the grave of her lost love, and Ma is looking for his mother. Now each of the three stories do cross and intervene with one another at one point in the story, but they all just seem weak and not thought out. All the plot twists seem obvious, and the narrative is just horrendous. It's awful. It's so bad. It's obvious the game was trying to communicate to you on like an emotional level, especially with Ma, where he's looking for his mother, but it just comes off as annoying because they won't shut up about it.
To my mother. What? Trying to find my mother. Mother. Can you help me? I'm looking for my mom.
Got any money?
While each of the three characters do have their individual motivations for being at the island, each of the three stories are connected by one thing. A time-traveling egg! Now the three stories are incoherent enough. They don't need to include time travel. Throughout the entire story up until you get to the final boss, it just seems tacked on and lazy. And plus, an egg used for time travel, a crystal egg used for time travel, and get this, it's called the Crystal Egg. A crystal egg used for time travel, that's called the Crystal Egg. An island with monsters on it called Chaos Island. Genius! And without wanting to spoil anything, the ending is just meh. The ending just doesn't make you feel justified for playing the game, you feel cheated. You just feel meh. The gameplay, you'll be surprised to hear, is just as good as the story. Oh, joy! The gameplay just spreads itself too thin, wanting to incorporate too many gameplay styles into one thing, and not do any of them well at all. When maneuvering around the island, you'll be controlling Orphan or one of the other three main characters. The controls are so stiff and clunky, it is horrendous. The jump animation, I don't understand what was going on there. In some cases, the game even tries to employ platforming as a gameplay style, which is really not good at all. That is the simplest way of putting it. And this is just down to the camera. The camera controls are so sensitive, there is no way you can move it gently. You control them with the shoulder buttons and just the slightest tap makes it spin around in a 360, and it's just frustrating as well as disorientating. And when you're trying to maneuver around a temple for the traps, it can be really difficult and just frustrating as a player. As you progress through the game, there are chests laying around everywhere containing certain items. None of these items are useful. Throughout the entire game, I didn't use a single item. And most of the items are just duplications of one another. You'd get an emerald lantern and then an emerald incense that does the exact same thing, heal you for 30 HP. What is the point in them? And you can't even use them in battle where you expect to be healed. Now, the battle. Let's talk about that for a second. The battle system in this game doesn't exactly stick to norms, but it isn't really revolutionary either. You can choose up to 3 spells to use in combat, ranging from projectile spells and AoE spells which you can charge up to deal even more damage. Each monster has an elemental weakness, so this does employ some strategy into what spells you should bring into the fight. Many of the battles just come down to strict timing and when to defend from spells and when to attack. I find that each story has its own level of difficulty. I found Cephis to be the easiest, while Mars was much more difficult. I do believe if there was a redeeming factor of the game, it would have been the combat, because I did find myself enjoying the battles against the larger bosses where the timing you had to be precise, and it was a lot of fun. But then again, against most enemies, you just find yourself spamming the same spell over and over and over again, mainly Hand of Pyro. And being that it's one of the first spells you get in the game, the rest of the spells you get just seem useless and unnecessary. But for however good the combat was, the puzzles were just too pointless, and the platforming was just horrible with the camera and just held everything back. Looking at this game as a whole, I did go into it with some nostalgia glasses on. I played this game a lot when I was younger, so I've already had expectations for the game. But playing back through it, I found a lot of major problems with the game that I might have looked over when I was younger. And the voice acting. Oh my god, is it bad.
Damn! What the hell's going on around here?
And if you want to get the true ending of the game, you have to complete it 3 times and complete each of the 3 story arcs, which is annoying as hell. And this game hasn't aged well at all. It just seems stiff, ugly, and like no heart was put into it at all. I think looking at it as a whole, I can only really give this game a 4 out of 10, and that's mainly just because of nostalgia and the fact I did enjoy the Orphan series. If you see this game in a bargain bin, I'd just walk past it if I was you. It's really not worth picking up, even if you're a fan of the Orphan series. And now, if you excuse me, I'm going to go try and get gold on League of Legends and probably kill myself. If you enjoyed this video and would like to see me do more reviews of your favourite games, or not so favourite games, comment below, like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video I do. I don't know. The next review might be Dark Cloud. You never, I don't know, maybe.